Building Ideas is proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.
Building ideas, lots of great ideas you really need to know. Building ideas, sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for our brand new episodes of Building Ideas. We are very excited to be back on air, and to help celebrate we have a terrific series lined up for you. Andrew and I are going to be showcasing sensational new homes just like this one that have been built in and around Adelaide. We'll also show off magnificent new renovations and additions, and that's not even to mention the latest looks and styles and design trends. You're going to be very happy you've tuned in. South Australia is brimming with stylish, sophisticated and creatively designed and built homes and commercial buildings. They really are second to none, and I can't wait to share a selection of them with you. Over the next 3 months, we're going to chat with some very talented master builders and tradespeople, and these are the people that build the wonderful homes, sporting facilities, schools, offices, and we're going to gain more of an insight how they achieve these wonderful end results. In fact, like this one right behind us that's been built by master builder Finesse Built. The team at Finesse Built, led by company director Matt Beckwith, has over 14 years of building experience. They've developed and built some of Adelaide's most stylish and exciting residences and have an extensive list of happy clients who continue to sing their praises. The whole company ethos behind Finesse Built is based on the literal meaning of the word finesse and stands for fineness, refinement and skillful, subtle handling. These are all things that Matt and his team pride themselves on with every building project they undertake. This is their latest offering, and it's located in the lovely beachside suburb of Brighton, and I'm going to show you right throughout the home today and all its standout features. But before I do, this is what else we have on today's show. Andrew gives us an insight into how much you should pay your builder up front. We look at why you ought to engage a master builder or tradesperson to do any building or renovation work you've got planned. And we'll visit one of our state's most iconic new sporting facilities in our Celebrity Homes and Famous Buildings segment. It's certainly a packed show to kick off the year, but before we get into all of that, I'm going to tell you a little bit more about today's feature home. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-storey contemporary residence that combines some really interesting building materials, especially to the facade, where the modern render highlights the textured featured brick wall as well as the exposed I-beam to the portico canopy and raw concrete blade wall. I love the fence posts and the fence features too. They just ooze character, which is hardly surprising given their recycled mooted bay jetty deck boards. And something else that's unusual is the door. Check it out, that is quite magnificent. A real eye-opener as soon as you walk in. And something else that is too is the floating timber staircase. It's beautifully lit up with inlaid LED lighting. And the feature koa suspension light in the entry foyer certainly adds to the style of the residence. Speaking of style, the master bedroom and lavish ensuite are also located on this level of the home. And once again, it's the simplicity of design that really does come to the fore. It's plush without being too over the top. The super white walls complement the oversized matte black floor tiles. Combined with a square ceiling mounted rain head shower, heated towel rails and underfloor heating, this ensuite really is quite luxurious. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, I'm going to show you right through this beautiful home a little bit later in the program. But before I do, Andrew's going to tell you all about what's happening on Building Ideas this season.
Building Ideas is South Australia's only home building and renovation show. And this year we're going to show you some absolutely amazing homes and incredible renovations. We're also going to take a look at some of this state's newest and most innovative public buildings and developments. The way we live continues to change, and these changes drive the way new homes and renovations are designed and built. Generally, our homes take up much more room on a block than they used to, so instead of massive backyards, we now have a lot more internal living space. Our outdoor entertaining areas have also changed dramatically over the past few years, and they're now able to be used virtually all year round and in all weather conditions. The types of materials we use to build our homes has changed, as have the interior looks and styles. And throughout this season of Building Ideas, we're going to showcase the latest looks, designs, and trends that are on offer. And we seem to be becoming more adventurous in how we build and what we use to build our homes. The facades of contemporary homes are a lot more interesting now than they were even just a few years ago. Blending different materials like natural stone, rendered panels, glass, timber, steel and tiles makes for an interesting street presence and can also create a warm and appealing welcome for your friends and family. So if you're thinking about building a new home or renovating the one you live in, you're bound to find something new and inspirational on this season of Building Ideas. The other thing we'd like to do is inspire you to start any long-awaited and planned building projects. There's really no better time than right now to build or renovate. And over the next 12 weeks, we'll keep you up to date with all of the most fashionable looks, ideas, styles, and options, as well as any potential pitfalls you should be aware of. Another new segment we have lined up for you this year is called Celebrity Homes and Homes of Note. Now, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure, but who doesn't love a celeb? So each week, we're going to take a sneak peek into the life of an SA personality, look at their homes and have a chat to them about their building experiences. When we're not doing that, we'll share with you some of our many fantastic South Australian buildings of note and landmark residences. One thing's certain, we'll have no shortage of great building ideas. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
We're all very health conscious nowadays, and we're well aware how dangerous smoking can be to our health. Well, smoking can bring with it another concern that is just as deadly, and the Metropolitan Fire Service unfortunately has to deal with this far too often.
People forget that a cigarette is actually a small fire. It's a smouldering material that can easily start a bigger fire in your home or in the bush. This year we've had a huge increase in the amount of fires caused by cigarettes and smoking. As of the beginning of March, we had fire crews respond to 47 house fires caused by cigarettes. So we're lucky that there were no fatalities from those fires, but statistics show that 14 people in Australia die every year because of fires caused by cigarettes. And the sad thing is that babies make up a large percentage of those statistics.
That is just awful, Simon. Well, other than the obvious of not smoking, what else can we do?
Yeah, I guess it'll be best to start with where and when we smoke. For example, never smoke in bed, because when we go to bed, we're usually because we're tired, and you can fall asleep with a cigarette in your hand and you're surrounded by highly flammable bedding. And another thing to be wary of is when you finish smoking, ashtrays that are piled high with cigarette butts can be a big problem as well. They make it hard to put the cigarette out completely. So you're adding a smouldering cigarette to a pile of flammable material. It's very easy for the smouldering butt to slide off the ashtray. And your ashtray should be sturdy and stable and emptied regularly. So make sure the cigarette is completely out and the ash is cold before you put them in an outside bin, and not the kitchen bin, because we've actually had bin fires start from a cigarette setting alight the contents of the bin.
Well, I guess people don't give much thought to when they've finished smoking with the butts, and I know I've been driving along and you see them just throw them out the window. They could cause a bushfire, couldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Stats show that 7% of Australian bushfires are caused by discarded cigarette butts. And there's no excuse for throwing a cigarette butt out the window. Besides the fire risk, it pollutes our environment and our waterways. There are personal ashtrays that you can carry with you. And just because modern cars don't have ashtrays, that's no excuse either. You can actually get sealed ashtrays, and you can get some that even fit into your car's cup holder.
It all sounds pretty straightforward. What else should we be aware of?
One thing that I'm really passionate about is a program we run called JFLIP, the Juvenile Firelighters Intervention Program. And in that program we work with families whose children have been involved with fire play. One of the things that we talk about in JFLIP is that matches and lighters are tools, not toys. So with regard to matches and lighters that you use to light your cigarettes, should never be left lying around where children can see them or can grab them. So we suggest to put the matches up high in a cupboard or keep them in your pocket. If children can't grab the matches and lighters, then they don't have the tools to light the fire.
Well, that is a danger that's not necessarily linked to cigarettes, but it does make sense. Now, if you smoke, remember it is a fire danger, and if you'd like to give up, then you can look up Quit SA website on quitsa.org.au, or why not give them a call, Quit SA, the number is 13 78 48.
Once you've worked out which master builder you're going to use to build your new home or extension, it's time to sort out the contractual side. Now, if you don't have any experience with this type of thing before, I can understand if you might feel a little daunted by the whole prospect. Try not to be though, because your master builder will be with you every step of the way and they'll guide you through the whole process. Basically, if your building work's going to cost more than $12,000, the law stipulates that you have to have a written contract in place. It needs to set out all the terms and conditions of the building and must include the builder's business name and license number. Both you and your builder have to sign the contract, and it should stipulate if you're paying a fixed cost or if you're paying costs that could vary along the way. It also has to outline when payments are due, and these are usually referred to as progress payments. It's a good idea to wait until each stage outlined in your contract or building schedule has been completed before you make any of your progress payments. That way, you and your builder will both know what's been done and paid for and what still needs to be done and then paid for. In relation to paying a deposit, as a general rule, if the work's going to cost between $12,000 and $20,000, your builder's only entitled to ask you to pay up to $1,000. But if your building work's going to cost you more than $20,000, then your builder can ask you to pay up to a 5% deposit. You're also responsible in advance for any payments that have to be made to a third party. So this can include things like payments to councils for planning approval, building indemnity insurance, and engineers or surveyors costs. Remember, having a new home built is an exciting time, and you and your master builder will be working together as a team. So make sure that you ask lots of questions along the way so that you understand what's happening, why, and when.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
Andrew mentioned a little bit earlier that we have a brand new segment on building ideas, and it's called Celebrity Homes. That's where we get to chat to South Australian celebrities about their building projects and also things they've recently completed. It's going to be a lot of fun. And when we're not chatting to celebrities, that's when we're going to have a look around at some of our significant projects of note. And let's kick the series off with what's best known as the home of cricket. Well, actually in recent times, it's the home of football, soccer, and even the odd concert. Of course, I'm at the stunning Adelaide Oval. Adelaide Oval is so much more than just an oval. It's a striking stadium and one we can all be proud of. When you visit the grounds, you actually realise just how big and impressive this arena really is. Adelaide Oval has always played an important part in our sporting history, but with the completion of the $535 million upgrade, it's been well and truly cemented as a key destination in the heart of our beautiful CBD. It truly is a world-class stadium. And with a seating capacity of more than 50,000, this landmark stadium will be enjoyed and celebrated by South Australia's future generations. Then there's the fine dining options as well, including the very swank Audi Stadium Club and the all-important Hill of Grace restaurant. History also retains pride of place at the redeveloped Oval with a purpose-built museum located in the riverbank stand that houses the famous Bradman collection. Behind the scenes at such massive places like the Adelaide Oval are always one of the most interesting, I think. There's the transport side of things, with loading bays and storage facilities, media rooms featuring 3 TV studios and 8 radio studios, as well as the all-important change rooms, state-of-the-art training amenities and an indoor cricket training facility. There's so much happening down here at Adelaide Oval, and if you haven't been here for a game yet, I highly recommend it because the atmosphere is just electric. If you'd like to look up more information, you can check out their website, adelaideoval.com.au. From an iconic commercial building back to this sophisticated residential property. We're back in today's feature home built by Finesse Built, and we are in the main kitchen and living area. The design, coupled with the finishes, works so beautifully together, and once again there's a terrific combination of various building materials and products. The 4.5 metre high raw concrete feature wall makes an impressive statement and is great for thermal mass. It also blends beautifully with the floors, which are 220mm wide heritage mint grey oil finish plank board. The fireplace is just shy of 2 metres wide with a steel grey granite top set in form concrete and makes up part of the open plan entertaining area. But it's the kitchen that's the real standout for me. It's been finished in a matte 2-pack called Whit Sunday. Don't you love it? Even the name sounds chic. The bench tops are a combination of bone white Esser stone and steel grey granite, while the Quasar Island range hood has been finished in an anodised black, so everything blends perfectly together. All of the appliances that can be have been integrated, including the fridge freezer, Miele induction cooktop, ovens, dishwasher and wine fridges. I love the visual appeal that's been created by using the products a little bit differently. That's what creates a home. It's okay to be stylish, but at the same time, we need to reflect how we want to live and who we are. Now, coming up after the break, Andrew's going to tell us why it is so important that we use a master builder and tradesperson.
Building ideas. Building ideas.
The prospect of building a new home or renovating the one you currently live in is certainly exciting. However, if you've never done anything like it before, it can seem a little daunting. And no doubt all your friends and family have told you horror stories about what happened when they renovated or built their homes. But it seems that very few people will tell you about all the good bits that can come out of running your own building project. It can be extremely satisfying, and best of all, you could end up with your ultimate dream home. The key though is to plan ahead and make sure that you take advice only from those people that are really in the know. Step 1 is to make sure that your builder is a master builder. You can trust a master builder because they're all professionally trained, correctly licensed, and they've been building our homes for over 130 years, so they know what they're doing. Most of our state's historical buildings, character and contemporary homes, as well as our public buildings, have all been built by master builders, so their quality is outstanding. Master builders also adhere to a code of ethics, and when your builder uses a master builder's contract, you can be assured that they'll have your best interests at heart. So whether it's a contemporary home featuring all of the latest and most innovative products and design ideas, or just a simple one-room makeover, there's a master builder or a master tradesperson who can help you. Their work's on display right throughout the state, not only in various housing estates and developments, but also in private homes, as well as community and government buildings they've constructed. So don't be afraid to ask them to show you some of their projects. And it's also a really good idea to talk to one or two of their previous clients and see how they found the builder and the building process. Also, there is no better time than right now to get started on building your new home or renovating and extending your existing one. Interest rates, as we all know, are at an all-time low, so it's a good time to borrow money and get stuck in on your project. If you're looking for some inspiration, then have a look at sadisplayvillage.com.au. It's a fantastic website that showcases a huge range of master builders and trades, and it shows you some of the great work that they're doing.
Some very good advice there, and really it doesn't take long to check whether your builder or tradesperson is a master builder, and it could make your building experience a whole lot easier. Now, I'm back in today's feature home. Isn't it gorgeous? Built by Finesse Built, and as their name suggests, they specialise in refined and elegant individual homes for their clients. This is the all-weather alfresco area, and it ticks all the boxes. The owner's brief stipulated a functional, elegant, contemporary space that would enable them to entertain all year round in comfort and style. These aluminium sliding stacker doors that are powder coated in Ace Electrode Black enable this area to seamlessly integrate with the internal open plan living space. And because the track on which they slide has been completely recessed, there's virtually no delineation between the outside and in. The main focal point out here is without a doubt the fully tiled swimming pool, complete with spa, which has been set 300mm out of the ground and is surrounded by thick laminated glass. As you'd expect, the outdoor kitchen has a built-in Smeg barbecue that's encased by Laminex compact alfresco fossil cupboards. Another highlight has to be the Corten laser cut screens. They're backlit with LED lighting and they are just so cool. In fact, this whole area has a really luxurious holiday resort feel. Finesse Built aims to personally and aesthetically please on all facets of their building projects, and the professional team at Finesse will take care of everything from architectural designs, plans and costings, council approval, site preparation, product selections, building supervision and quality construction. Finesse Built really does have every aspect covered, and this feature home today is a great example of that. There are 3 remaining bedrooms located on the upper level, all of which have walk-in robes. There's another living area upstairs as well, and 2 more beautifully appointed bathrooms, one of which features a sublime freestanding bath and eye-catching tiled feature wall. The home theatre is also quite grand in its proportions and is serviced by a fully functioning integrated surround sound system. I'm starting to realise that this home is all about lifestyle and entertaining, which I just love. And I also like the materials and the textures they've used because we haven't really seen anything like it. Now, if you'd like to look up Finesse Built on the web, you can check out all their latest homes and home additions, and it's finessebuilt.com.au. Now, that's nearly it for our first program for the season, but we're going to be back next week with a whole lot more. Let's take a look. We'll talk about what you need to be aware of when it comes to outdoor heating and gas. We'll check out the latest looks in outdoor rooms and entertaining areas, and we'll showcase a brand new display home that's open to the public, built by D&C Homes. Oh, and we'll catch up with Phil and Amity from the block to talk about their next building adventure in our Celebrity Home segment. It's going to be another great show, so I hope you can join us then. And I'm going to go home and tell my husband that we're going to get some fantastic laser cut screens. He's going to be thrilled.
Building ideas, lots of great ideas you really need to know. Building ideas.
Building Ideas proudly brought to you by the Master Builders Association.